Hello there. Now very recently I went to see a lovely client of mine, and was telling me how she's had some success with juicing, and it's inspired me to get my juicer out again. You can see here my picture of Jason Vale on the side. I think he's great. I think his products are lovely. He's very good at motivational speaking if you're using juicing for weight loss. So I like to use this juicer. This is one made by Philips, and I'm just going to very quickly make a little bit of breakfast up for myself now in the form of a juice this morning. Now it's always good to pop an apple in first, because it gives you kind of a platform to start layering up some other things within the shoot. So I've got here a Golden Delicious apple. Don't use Granny Smith's. Granny Smith's apples are not good, because if you use those, they're too hard and you're not going to get the levels of juice out of them that you want. So pop that in first, just pop it in the shoot, and then add your other ingredients on top. I'm going to use all sorts of bits and pieces that I've got knocking around in the fridge there, and I'm going to start off with about 1/4 of a cucumber. If you add a cucumber in, you will get lots of water out of the cucumber, which has obviously got lots of goodness in. I've got tiniest little slice of fennel there. I really like fennel, and it's tiny. I normally put this in hot water to make myself a tea. Some celery next. I'm going to take a good half a stalk. In fact, I might actually even put a little bit more than that in, just for good luck, because today I'm feeling the juice. I'm feeling like I want something that's going to be really juicy. So I've got half a celery. On the bottom of your broccoli here, you have all this stem which you hardly ever use. Now I'm left-handed, as you can see. I'm going to take a good inch of that, because there are so many nutrients in this stalk which hardly ever gets used. If you're really good, you can chop that up tiny in what they call a brunoise. Let me just show you that quickly. A brunoise is a very small dice, which is like a 1/16 of an inch. I'm not sure if you can see that too well on the camera there. But if you just literally get it tiny like this, then that's going to be really easy for you to chomp it up raw, which is great. But what we're going to do, we're going to just add it straight into the shoot there. Can you see my shoot? You can't. My shoot there. Ready for the juice. I'm going to take a handful of watercress and just pinch it straight off, stems and all. That just goes straight into the shoot as well. Take your unwaxed lemons, must be unwaxed in the juice, and you can leave all of the, depending on how zingy you like things, you can leave all of the outer on. I've taken off that indie bit because that's going to be quite bitter, and just take a good another inch slice of the lemon. You can smell-o-vision. Can you imagine what that smells like? How lovely is a piece of fruit? Look at how pretty that is. So I'll pop that in as well. Because I love spinach, my spinach is going to go in next. This is all washed and ready to use. And if you bunch it up like this, it actually makes it harder to juice and you get more out of it. So starting to pack this in now into the shoot quite tightly. I want to add some carrot. Now, I am a fan of carrot, so I will add a lot. Sometimes you don't want too much, but I do like it in there. And it makes it nice and orange. Don't know if I'm going to fit that in. If you get to the stage where your shoot's full up, then juice a little bit and then use the last ingredients. But you want to make sure you've got all your leaves in there, because then they're going to be tightly packed in and you're going to get more juice out of them. Okay, I am going to add one more apple today. 2 is kind of the recommended amount, but I like to be careful with my fruit sugar. So I'm going to add one more apple in. Also, because I forgot my ginger, I'm going to put quite a hunk of ginger in for myself, because I want to make sure the hay fever stays away. And I also cannot forget my lovely friend the beetroot. And this is raw and organic, but I cut this last because this is going to be the thing that is going to stain everything, including my chopping board. So I'm going to take a good half a beetroot and pop that in. So you've seen a major colour change just happen there with the juice when the beetroot came through, which is absolutely lovely. I'm just going to have a very quick tidy up and come back and show you how to use the blender straight from here. Would you like me to show you a brilliant way of getting the skin out of the avocado, the flesh out of the avocado? Follow me. Right, obviously remember your health and safety. I've got a big knife because I like to use a big knife here. So with your avocado, hoping you can see that good. So with your avocado, take the knife through and then you'll feel a pip in the middle. You probably know this already. As you do, just run it as if you're going around the outside of the where the pip is, and you will meet the other end of the cut. So it's kind of in half. And then twist it and it comes away like this. Now obviously the most obvious thing to do is to just spoon that out with a teaspoon and pop it into the blender, which is what I'm going to do with this half. But this half, obviously you're a bit stuck around the nut. Well, they call it the nut, the pip, whatever it is. So using a big knife and using the heel of the knife, tap it straight into the middle hard. Don't misshoot it. And then if you twist that, alright, so hold the avocado and twist the nut, the pip, it just comes straight out like that. I never just take that off with my bare hand. Always obviously use a cloth or something, otherwise you'll end up cutting yourself. Or better still, you can take it to the bin and just whack it off on the bin. So there you go, so you've got your middle and your two cores like that. So now that you know a fantastic way of removing your avocado, we are going to take you to the blender. Add to that your juice that you've already made from your juicer. Make sure it all runs out. I tend to leave that for a minute or two while I'm just clearing up. I'm closing the door on the freezer because the ice is there. And then obviously I'm just going to whiz that all up in the blender there. So there you have your lovely juice ready to drink. Jason Vowles suggests that you use a really nice glass, and I love that idea because then you feel like you're really treating yourself. And that's it from me. I'm off to go and drink my juice and enjoy it. It's going to be lovely. Oh, that's really actually delicious. And I know it's going to fill me up. It's a big one. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Please leave me your tips and tricks for juicing, and give me a thumbs up. I'll see you next time.